Hello all, I'm your host DarkDevil26 and welcome back to yet another new draft league. So, let me get into the nitty gritty here. We had a really good run in SDA, not where I wanted to finish, but overall 4-4 and we made playoffs. I'd say that's a pretty successful campaign, don't you think? Well, it's time for our next league, and this league's actually going to be a little different from our previous two. This league is actually going to be a low-tier league, or a mid-tier league. So, yeah, a lot of the high-tier Pokemon that you saw I liked using will be banned for the duration of this league. So, like, Pokemon like Iron Valiant, Roaring Moon, or, got Como, and, all those other threats I had on SDA. And, yeah, it's just gonna be, they're not gonna be here. So, we're gonna experiment with some new Pokemon this time. So, new meta, new Pokemon. It's good by me. It's a change of pace, breath of fresh air, and I'm ready to compete again. I'm ready to compete. So I really want to say thank you guys so much for the support on my return to Draft League, of course. I know I haven't been playing my best, but what can you do about it? I'm just shaking off the rust. What can you say? Hopefully this third league, the IDL, will be our ticket to a good run. Maybe a winning record, maybe some playoff victories, who knows. But unfortunately, I'm not sure I like my team all that much, and I'm gonna recap that shortly. But yeah, I'm not sure I like this team all that much. It's my first ever mid-tier draft, and I don't know, my team is looking kind of nutty, and not in a good kind of nutty, you know what I mean? But yeah, so today I'm going to recap said pick, and uploads for this league will go up on Sundays before I start streaming. So yeah, that'll be around noon EST. So expect these videos to go up at noon EST on Sundays before stream starts, and then afterwards you can, like, I don't know, come on in and play some Mario Kart with me or something. I really don't know. But yeah, let's begin the team recap. So our first pick, obviously I wanted to pick something cool, something that's like either new or I've had success with in the past, and well, I did just that. There were some really cool high tiers there. Don't remember what they were off the top of my head. Don't feel like opening the dock at the moment. I have little to no energy. I just want to get this video done, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to bed again for like the 5th time today, but that doesn't mean I'm still gonna put my all into this video. Yes sir, yes sir. But yeah, we opted to take a Pokemon that I've had fairly amount of success with in the past. I definitely enjoyed using this Pokemon a lot, and that Pokemon is Lycanroc Dusk. So Lycanroc Dusk is a very hard-hitting Pokemon, as you guys know. Got the 117 attack stat, and it has Tough Claws to boot. So Tough Claws, as you guys know, it's a very good ability. Pokemon like Mega Metagross, Mega Charizard used it a lot in the earlier gens. Lycanroc uses it now, so like that, Accelerock's gonna hit like a truck. Moves like Close Combat, Drill Run, they're gonna hit hard. I just think all in all, Lycanroc was one of the highest tiered Pokemon. It was sitting right there on the board. Oh, by the way, guys, in which case, we drafted last in this league. Yeah, we drafted up and last in the league, so we had the, what? I think we had the 16th pick. So, like, honestly, I'm just gonna be picking up scraps for most of the rounds. But we still managed to get Lycanroc, which is crazy. I can't believe it honestly fell to me. So, yeah, Lycanroc's cool. He can hit hard on the physical side. Got 110 speed, and also it's actually a pretty good utility mod. I know it gets Stealth Rock, which is cool. I also know that it just gets a lot of really good coverage moves too. I know it gets moves like, you know, like I before mentioned Drill Run, Close Combat, and I know it gets Psychic Fangs, which I found out after I drafted this thing, which is neat. But either way, Lycanroc, solid pick to build around the foundation of the team. I feel like I like starting off with heavy hitters and fast Pokemon, just basically starting off the offense with the first pick. I never like going bulk or like going defense with my first pick. So yeah, we're picking up Lycanroc, and Lycanroc is going to be a mighty fine addition to the team. And I've had it before. I don't remember what leagues I've had it in, but I know I've liked Midday a lot, and this Pokemon is significantly better than Lycanroc Midday. So yeah, I'm excited to use Lycanroc. Alright, so we have our Lycanroc. We have the foundation of the team sorted in. And ironically, we're the next pick. Because like I said, we do pick last. And we are the wheel. So, yeah, I opted to go more offense again. Because like I said, I don't really like addressing bulk until like pick 3, pick 4, whatever the case may be. And I opted to focus on my Terra Captain. So, or one of my Terra Captains. And I actually end up with one of the best mid-tier Terra Captains ever. And that is Low Kicks. Low Kicks has 102 attack, and it has access to Terra. It can hit like a truck, so like, first impression, Sucker Punch, it's gonna hit hard. Why? Because it has 102 attack, and it also has very strong abilities, especially on the bug side of things with Swarm. It also has Tinted Lens. I think those are two very, very good abilities. So let's say something really frail comes in. Let's say something really frail comes in to take a hit from Low Kicks, and it's resisted. So for an example, I'm just going to whip out a random frail Pokemon that I could think of. But, I don't know, say... I don't know, Salazzle. Salazzle, like, Salazzle is a Pokemon that is very frail. And it's 4 times resisted to First Impression. First Impression with Tinted Lens is gonna do it, and with Terra Bug, it's gonna do 50% at least, right? Yeah, that's a 2-hit KO on a resisted move. Terra Low Kicks hits like a truck. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I know the calc off the top of my head, by the way, guys. This is just an example. You guys get the point. Tinted Lens hits like a truck. So, yeah, we got our Low Kicks here. Low Kicks also get... I feel Low Kicks' move pool is very limited, though. That's like one of the downsides of Low Kicks. It doesn't get a lot of coverage outside of, say, Terra Blast for outside type coverage. So, yeah, that's something. But it's still 102 attack, Tinted Lens, and Swarm. That's nothing to laugh at. I think my bug moves are going to be hitting really, really hard. And obviously, I'm going to be using other types as well. But, alright, so now I decide to go for my bulk, and as you can tell, my team is extremely top-heavy to start. We got Lycanroc, we got Low Kicks, we got 2 Pokemon that hit very, very hard. We got one on the faster side, one on the slower side with priority moves, so yeah, I'd say that's pretty neat. But to go along with Lycanroc and Low Kicks, I needed a wall, and I actually think I took one of the best walls in this format, that being Hisuian Goodra. Goodra is a Pokemon I've actually never used before. I'm very excited to try Goodra out. It has such really good, well-rounded stats and a great move pool. Like, I know it gets like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower. It gets like Heavy Slam in the Hisuian form. It gets like Draco Meteor. It gets a really good move pool. So yeah, I'm really excited to use Goodra here. And it has 100 attack, 110 special attack, and 150 special defense to boot. So yeah, no, we got ourselves a wall here. We got a chunky boy. Yeah, but yeah, we got a chonky Goodra here to help be our much needed wall. So the one downside to Goodra is it doesn't have very reliable recovery. Like, it gets rest, and that's not very reliable recovery in my opinion now, is it? So but yeah, Goodra's still pretty cool. Like, slap an Assault Vest on this thing, and this thing takes special hits for days. Honestly, I feel adding the Steel type to Goodra will help it and also hurt it to a degree, because 2 of the most common types in Pokemon are Ground and Fighting. So, and Goodra's now weak to both. Both of those tend to be physical types. And, yeah, no, the Fighting and Ground moves are going to be hitting hard. And that's not good, considering I have a Low Kicks and a Lycanroc on my team, where my Ground resist is not good, not in the present whatsoever. Low Kicks is not a Ground resist, and my Fighting resist is also non-existent. So, yeah, that's just a lot of holes to cover in with these 3 picks. But I do like Goodra in terms of being the wall, hitting really hard. But like I said, this team definitely has holes that I need to patch up right away. That being Ground and Fighting types. But yeah, I think I could take on a good chunk of Pokemon with these top 3. Like Lycanroc can't take a hit, I'll go into Goodra. So or like physical attackers are still very much beating my ass right now. I have really good stuff for special attackers, not as much physical attackers, but we're going to go on to our next Pokemon. This next Pokemon actually covers the ground type weakness fairly well, and it's going to be my second Terra Captain as well, that Pokemon being Eelektross. So yeah, I took Eelektross with pick 4. This is going to be my second and final Terra Captain. I feel like with its great move pool, its 115 attack and 105 special attack, it's going to be not only a good attacker, but I think it will take some hits very reasonably as well. Like I said, I could slap with Goodra, I could slap an Assault Vest on this thing, and it could take hits, and it'd be really cool to use. But something I really like about Terra Eelektross is that, like, I could use Terra Fire, Terra Steel, I can use Terra Poison, and I can resist or still be immune to ground types. And there, how I could, that's my, like, Goodra is not going to want to stand in an Earthquake. Lycanroc is not going to want to stay in an Earthquake. Eelektross could switch in, then I could Terra into another type that's super effective to ground, but I'll be immune to it because of Levitate. So I feel like having that solid ground immunity that can also Terra is very, very helpful. I can already tell I'm going to be Terraing low kicks the majority of the time, but I still like Eelektross on this team a lot. I was recommended to me by my front office that I take Eelektross and Terra it. But I know Eelektross also gets a good move pool. It gets like Drain Punch, Flamethrower, Knockoff. It gets a lot of good coverage moves, and both attacking stats are good. But yeah. Alright, so next pick. I really needed something to patch up the fighting thing. The fighting weakness is just not favorable for me right now. So I opted to take a Ghost, and I also need some hazard removal because, as you can see, with Lycanroc, Low Kicks, Goodra, and Eelektross, I have absolutely no hazard removal. So I opted to take a Pokemon that has gone down in Devil's Den infamy, that being Brambleghast. So I know a friend that used Brambleghast and he hated it, but now it's my turn to use it. I remember, if I recall correctly, he just missed a bunch of Power Whips with this thing. And yeah, it was funny. But I need Brambleghast to block spins, and I need it to spin itself, and it also gets spiked. So I have to give that utility Pokemon that I need to get up hazards. And it has 115 attack, so it's like it's not going to be a pushover by any means. The problem is with Brambleghast that I got to hit my moves. I got to hit Power Whips, I got to hit Poltergeists and stuff like that. But overall, I do really like the Brambleghast pick here. I sniped quite a few people, so that's awesome. But yeah, I know I really needed a spinner in the worst possible way. I like look at my team, Stealth Rocks, like outside of Goodra, my team just does not like them. But yeah, if I can get Brambleghast in and spin some things away, that'd be amazing. So yeah, no, like the 115 attack is something that can hit like very hard. But I know Brambleghast is actually, I think it's pretty slow. I didn't put its speed stat. You guys will see in the layout in the script. I only like, so for those of you who don't know, for my draft analysis scripts, I always put like the best features of them on, and then I just do the rest improv, so that's how I don't lose track. And I just put Brambleghast's 115 attack and it blocks spins. So yeah, like that's just how I do my scripts. But otherwise, I really like the Brambleghast pick. I think it fits in very nicely with this team. Now we get to continue along the hazard removal / I need more special attackers trend, and I also want to patch that fighting weakness even more. So that Pokemon that I actually decided to take, I cannot believe it fell to me this late in the draft, around round 6, and I take Hatterene. So Hatterene actually also is going to second guess my opponent into bringing hazards, because Hatterene gets Magic Bounce. So if you want to bring Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Stealth Rock, whatever the case may be, yeah, you're not going to like that, the fact Hatterene gets Magic Bounce, and I can bounce those hazards back. I can bounce, like, Will-O-Wisps back. I can bounce Toxics back. And Hatterene also, now, it hits really hard on the special side, yes, and it's very bulky on the special side as well. But Hatterene is very slow. But if you notice, most of my team at this point in time is very slow. So Trick Room could be an option a few weeks. Yeah, I can be cheeky and run Trick Room with Hatterene for a few weeks, and maybe I can like get some kills that way, because I know a lot of my opponents are bringing fast stuff. Meanwhile, my team is on the slower side, so I can bring Trick Room, and yeah, I'll be hitting everything really hard with Hatterene. Another thing I like about Hatterene is just good coverage. I know it gets like Psychic, nice solid Psychic and Fairy stabs, and it gets Mystical Fire, it gets Nuzzle, which should slow opponents down, just things like that. So, yeah, I really like the Hatterene pick here. I definitely think Hatterene is a welcome addition to the squad. So now, I need speed. Like I said, my team is looking pretty slow. I don't want my whole team to be revolving around Trick Room. So, honestly, I take my fastest Pokemon with this pick, and I opt to take Salazzle. So yeah, Salazzle's another Pokemon that patches up that fighting weakness, and I really like the fact that Salazzle's move pool is not the best, in my opinion, but it gets Corrosion, so I could Poison Steel types and have fun with that. In my opinion, like, Fire Blast hitting, like, very hard, very fast, that's enough for me. I can Toxic Steel types. I'm 117 speed, so, like, I can outspeed a good chunk of this format. And if I get Nasty Plots up, like, I can run sub-Nasty Plot maybe on occasional weeks, and then Salazzle's going to be hitting like a truck. So, I got both Corrosion users in 2 leagues, so yeah, that's funny. But, yeah, because for those of you who don't remember or are new, I had Glamora in our SDA run. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. But, otherwise, Salazzle's move pool is very limiting. It's a good utility mon. It's a very hard-hitting Pokemon on the special side, but it just doesn't get any coverage, really, outside of, like, Fire and Poison. It's not a Terra Captain. I feel Salazzle would have been much better with Terra, but I'm out of Terra points at this point in time, so I have to just rock with this. Now, I have room for 4 more Pokemon, max, but I feel like this is where the team kind of falls off a little bit. Like, I feel like there's too many needs my team needs. Like, right now, I really need a water type, I need a ground type, I need a flying type. There's just a lot of stuff I need, and I don't know how I'm going to do that in 4 picks. So, this is where, in my opinion, the team, like, shows off its little bit of weakness. Maybe, like, these Pokemon won't come to a lot of games, but I don't know. We never know. But the first of the 4 picks that I have left, I actually took Piloswine. But then I was like, I'm going to second guess myself here. So, can we get a shout out in the chat for the homie, the Devil's Den Vegas Golden Corviknights legend Piloswine? Valued member of the IDL Season 2 squad for a grand total of 5 minutes. No, in all seriousness, though, I took Poliwrath. So, yeah, Poliwrath is actually going to be our next pick. I just swapped Piloswine for Poliwrath last second. And, I need a water immunity really badly. I need a physical attacker. Like, nothing about Poliwrath's stats stand out to me. Like, it has base 5-10 stats, but all of its stats somehow suck. Like, I don't get it. Poliwrath is a weird Pokemon to me. But I do feel with Water Absorb, maybe I can run Swift Swim, Rain Dance on some weeks. Like, that would be very helpful. Like, it's a mid-tier league, man. Yet Poliwrath somehow went for a respectable 8 points, which is crazy to me because, yeah, no, it's Poliwrath, and I don't know, man. I don't know anything about Poliwrath, but, like, I've never used Poliwrath in League before. I just know it gets good moves, it's fast in rain, and, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. But, okay. So now my next pick, I remember I wanted Gligar with this pick, and I got sniped. So I really, really, really wanted Gligar, and I got sniped. Unfortunate, but it happens, but I had a backup plan, and my backup plan actually was a Pokemon that I have used in the past, and in fact, it was very recent too. It was an IVL for a short duration, but, yeah, no, my next Pokemon that I opted to take was Sandslash. I really liked Sandslash in IVL. That wasn't even a mid-tier league either. That was a full-fledged, guns-a-blazing league that I had success with Sandslash. It sets up rocks, it spins, it can hit, it's Sand Rush, so, like, say my opponent has a sand team, I can take advantage of that. We got it hits pretty hard with that base 100 attack stat, 100 and it takes very hits well on the physical side with 110 defense. The problem with this Sand Slash is I don't have Terra, but you know what? That's fine. I didn't Terra Sand Slash a lot in IDL anyway, even though he was a Terra captain. And most of the time I just run Ghost on it and just not Terra it at all. So maybe it'll be, maybe, I don't see any difference in Sand Slash. I think it'll be okay, a fine option to the team nonetheless. And it's a Pokemon I have experience with, and it's a Pokemon I'm good with. So yeah, I definitely like the addition of Sand Slash here. Okay, so we have room for 2 picks. I believe we have 4 points left. So there's a couple of options we can do at this point in the draft. You can take 2 2-point mons, which is what I ended up doing, or we can take a 4-point Pokemon, or a 3 and a 1, and yeah. But I need a normal type. Ghost types kind of run through my team right now, like literally. Like I don't have a Ghost Resist right now, so we have Lycanroc, Low Kick. Low Kicks is gonna be a Ghost Resist, but at the same time, it's not a Ghost Resist. You get what I mean? It's too frail. I'm mostly gonna use it as my Terra captain. So we have Goodra, H, Electros, Brambleghast, Hatterene, Salazzle, Poliwrath, Sandslash. But I don't see a Ghost Resist there. So I needed a normal type to patch it up. And the problem is it's not going to come very often. So we have our Furret. That's right. We got Furret, the Escalator himself. And they actually buffed Furret in between Gen 8 and Gen 9. They gave Furret a new move that it's called Tidy Up. Tidy Up is a move that removes screen subs and it gives you +1 attack and speed. Basically Dragon Dance, but better. So that's kind of why I took Furret. I think Furret is probably not going to come to games, but I think there are, like, by taking all these low-tier Pokemon, I am opening myself up to lots and lots of weaknesses. So I can definitely foresee transactions coming with this team in the near future, but I definitely wanted to just build on it for 1 week and just see, and then I can make transactions later on. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, Furret gets Tidy Up, and otherwise Furret is not the best Pokemon ever. It's just a funny meme. Furret is really cool. Gets Tidy Up. It's another hazard removal option. I got like 3 of them now. So that's awesome, right? And then finally, the unsung hero of the league back in Gen 8. I actually took Morgrem. That's right, Morgrem is back. On my old channel, I used Morgrem in a league and actually did kind of well. I just brought screens and just spammed them or whatever when I gave him the Light Clay. But yeah, no, I have a history with this Pokemon, and it won underrated, like it won low tier MVP in that league, if I remember correctly. I know how to use this Pokemon. Morgrem is no laughing matter. But yeah, Morgrem, again, much like Furret, nothing outlandish about its stats. Like, it's nothing that catches my eye immediately, like, ooh, look at that stat. No, Morgrem is here because I had 2 points, and I needed to spot the fill, and I'm breaking screens. That really is all that there is to it. So, yeah, no, but I really do love Morgrem. Morgrem is a fun Pokemon to use back in SDA. So, not in SDA. What was that league called? NCP, I think. Yeah, that was the league. I've been in too many leagues at this point in time. But that is the team for IDL. There are a lot of holes in this team. First and foremost, I do not have a flying type. That is definitely going to change as the season goes along. I definitely need to pick up. There's a flying type that's literally right there that I really want to pick up. It's right there. I am not giving information to the enemies, but there's a flying type out there that I still want because it patches up so many of my weaknesses. It patches up my weakness to, like, ground, of course, and, like, I definitely think it patches up my ghost weakness. So more likely than not, I'm going to make transactions with this team after week 1. I just want to see, like, I want to get a feel for it. That's why I never really make transactions grace period unless the team is, like, notoriously terrible, which I actually think this one might be. So yeah, no, I'm very top heavy. I have a lot of good Pokemon on the team, I feel. But there is a very, very, very big ghost weakness, a very big ground weakness. And I think, like, making some transactions and shifting the team around, I definitely think that, yeah, I think it'll work out just fine. But yeah, this is the team we're going to start with for IDL. Like I said, guys, in the beginning of the video, videos will go up on Sundays at noon. So this video will be going up Sunday at noon. So I'm recording this on a Friday. So yeah, in 2 days I will get this uploaded. I love breaking the fourth wall on YouTube. It's so much fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week with week numero uno, and hopefully we get the win. As and then we can make transactions, make this team a little bit better. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.